into my lifestyle, showing the people how I live. Now, I know you guys see me on a regular talking about real estate. Well, lately, I purchased 62 apartment buildings in New York City. And what I need you guys to do, slide over and check out the photos. It's not all 62 buildings. It's a few buildings, but guess what? All the buildings belong to me. I don't have no partners. And all the retail down low on my buildings all belong to me.
A Smith has called out Floyd Mayweather for making false claims about buying 60 buildings worth $40 million. Reports have denied Floyd's ownership, saying he only owns a small share, not the whole thing. Stephen is now questioning if Mayweather exaggerated his assets just to look good amid rumors of bankruptcy and a possible $40 million scam.
I thought long and hard about this over the last few hours because I had no intention, Molly, of talking about this at all. Took exception to some of the things that he heard me say, and he confronted me about it.
Floyd's broke. You got to understand, the only thing more embellished than Floyd Mayweather's pay-per-view numbers is Floyd Mayweather's net worth, and he made a lot of money. But remember this, it does not matter what you made, it matters what you kept, and he is a dum-dum.
Believe that Floyd Mayweather has gone completely broke. And not just broke, but millions and millions of dollars in debt. And I know it sounds crazy to some of you out there, but trust me, I have legitimate proof.
A Smith has never held back when it comes to giving Floyd Mayweather his respect. He's always praised Floyd's boxing career, especially pointing out how Mayweather stayed undefeated for the second half of his career. Smith often credits Floyd's discipline, sharp defense, and perfect record as proof of his greatness to Stephen A. Floyd wasn't just a fighter. He was a smart, technical genius who didn't just fight to win, but fought not to lose. That level of dominance earned him serious respect from fans and experts.
Mayweather was undefeated for the last half of his career with one hand. He constantly broke his hand.
Yeah.
He would go into a ring knowing he had no shot at knocking somebody out because his hands were hurt too much. And literally walked in the ring and said, I'm going to embarrass you and humiliate you by showing the world you can't hit me.
But that praise started to fade once Mayweather entered a new phase of his career. Exhibition fights after retirement. When Floyd came back to the ring, it didn't feel like it was for his legacy. It felt like it was for the money. His fight with Logan Paul made that obvious. Stephen A. didn't hold back, calling out the fight for having no real competition. Logan Paul, a YouTuber turned amateur boxer, was never a true challenge for Floyd. For someone who once ruled boxing, taking that fight just felt like a money grab, not a move of greatness.
Boxers, if not the greatest boxer in history. He's absolutely sensational. But he retired years ago. And for me personally, I know these exhibition matches are entertaining. I like the one with Conor McGregor, not so much the one with Logan Paul. Looking at these exhibitions and all of that stuff, that little melee and stuff don't matter to me. As far as I'm concerned, it could have potentially been orchestrated. I don't know. But I do know not just anybody should be allowed to be in the ring with Floyd Money Mayweather.
Absolutely.
I just believe.
Stephen didn't just stop at Logan Paul. In several interviews, he shared how uncomfortable he was with Mayweather's overall exhibition strategy. While he agreed that fighting Conor McGregor made sense because of McGregor's fighting background, he drew the line after that. Picking easy opponents just to make quick money was, in Smith's eyes, hurting the legacy Floyd worked so hard to build. According to him, Mayweather looked more focused on chasing cash than protecting his legacy. In boxing, the message was clear. Money had taken over meaning.
Here's what I do know, which is where my disappointment comes from. When you are as great as Floyd Money Mayweather, everybody doesn't deserve to be in your space. I know you like to make money. You're never going to stop making money. Very, very few people on the planet know how to make money like you know how to make money. But some of this stuff has got to stop. You want to get Conor McGregor in the ring for an exhibition match? All right, that's fine. You know, Conor sold that. It was great marketing. He's not a boxer, but hey, he was a knockout artist in the UFC. I get it.
This idea became even clearer during one very direct interview. Stephen has straight up asked Mayweather, "What matters more, your money or your legacy?" It was a bold question that called for some deep thought, but Mayweather's answers always seemed to circle back to business and money. He would talk about how smart he was with his finances and how much revenue he made. But to Smith and many others, it felt like Floyd was choosing wealth over the lasting respect that comes with a legendary legacy.
You made money. You're going to make a hell of a lot more money.
But the main thing is I made smart investments and I still make millions every month.
Do you care about your boxing legacy?
More than what?
Well, we ain't gonna say more than money. We know better. We're not gonna say more than money. We know better.
More than my family? No. So what's more important? My children. Because when I make this money, you know what? I put my children and my family in a position that they are entrepreneurs. They are bosses. I don't want my kids to have to answer to nobody. So I will take the long road. I will take the bumps and the bruises for them, but for my loved ones.
But fear.
This money-driven image has shaped how a new wave of athletes sees the sport. Stephen argued that today's rising stars don't look up to Floyd for his skills, footwork, or legendary boxing IQ. Instead, they admire his bank balance, flashy lifestyle, and larger-than-life persona. According to Smith, this hurts the sport. It sends the wrong message that chasing money matters more than mastering the craft. And in the process, it risks damaging everything Floyd once represented.
It's the businessman in Mayweather they actually love even more. As the sun clearly set on the boxing career of Mayweather, many can reflect on a lot of things about the man. He wasn't a Mike Tyson-like knockout artist, or even Tommy the Hitman Hearns. To many, he wasn't even Sugar Ray Leonard. He certainly can't be confused with Muhammad Ali or any other fighter who's ever been socially conscious. No doubt he was guilty of domestic violence, as our very own The Undefeated accurately pointed out. He definitely had his share of boring fights that didn't give the people what they actually wanted to see. But that ain't the legacy these athletes are paying attention to. What they're paying attention to instead is the $1 billion plus Mayweather has earned in his career. How box office he made himself. How he's been his own boss, answerable to no commissioner, no owner, no GMs, and barely even the fans for the last decade in achieving unprecedented wealth, fame, and control of his own name, his own brand. And how despite strenuous efforts by so many to bring him down, they simply weren't able to do it. You want to see an athlete drool? The idolized displaying deference and respect? Watch.
This became crystal clear when Floyd was asked why he chose to fight Logan Paul instead of a top boxer like Tyson Fury. Floyd's answer: Logan had more followers. That's it. Not skill, not legacy, not competition, just social media numbers. For many people, including Stephen A., this confirmed that Mayweather's priorities had completely changed. He wasn't stepping in the ring for a real challenge or to build his legacy anymore. He was doing it for attention and big paychecks.
Why fight Logan Paul?
Name another boxer besides myself that's more famous than Logan Paul.
Tyson Fury?
What? I want you to look up Tyson Fury, how many followers, and look up how many followers Logan Paul has.
Logan Paul, 56 million. Tyson Fury, 4 million.
So 50 compared to 4 something. I can fight a fighter right now, guarantee myself 35 million. Or me and Logan Paul can go out and entertain and have fun and make 100 million or more. So if you were me, you gotta look at 35 million for 12 rounds and 100 for 6 rounds. Big difference.
At one point, Floyd Mayweather was the highest paid athlete in the world. Not just in boxing, but across all sports. That reputation earned him respect everywhere. But now, with new rumors and reports about his finances surfacing, his legacy is starting to take some hits. The man once praised for his perfect planning and self-control is now facing questions about the very fortune he's always bragged about.
Floyd Mayweather, the highest paid athlete, not the highest paid boxer, the highest paid athlete in the world. I had the opportunity and pleasure to be around him for many years. I was his personal shopper. I was a personal friend of his family. One of my greatest memories of being just lucky enough to even be around that environment was watching him train. Watching Floyd Mayweather train is a masterclass in discipline. It is a masterclass in work ethic. It is a masterclass in this is how you execute and get stuff done. Every rep, he hits it hard. There's not one lazy rep. He does everything at such a high frequency, so elevated. I'm like, goodness gracious, watching this man train, it's like, that's how I want to train for life. I've been to the club with Floyd where we leave in the club 3, 4 in the morning and he's still going to hit his 6 miles. He'll have all the cars follow him and he's running down the Las Vegas Strip, down back streets.
Mayweather has been showing off his wealth for years. One of the most famous examples is his $1.8 million watch, an outrageous flex that shocked even veteran celebrities. From Bugatti cars to private jets, his life has been a constant display of luxury. But now, all those flashy moments are being looked at in a different way, with doubt and criticism replacing admiration.
How much is it?
$1.8 million.
$1.8 million watch.
$1.8 million, dude?
You're the first to see it.
That's insane. That
1A is high. 18 life.
happy birthday, champ. That's how we doing. That is sick, dude.
But you gotta show him what he say, man.
Money green.
No,
Hold on. This watch was made specifically for the champ, Floyd Money Mayweather. 101 piece.
One of one.
Money team.
Can we see it on him?
Yes, sir.
That one of one. $1.8 million.
It's a one of one. I love that.
Adding even more fuel to the fire, former UFC fighter and analyst Chael Sonnen shared a tough truth. He claimed the Mayweather vs. McGregor fight wasn't as financially successful as people thought. According to Sonnen, many empty seats were simply filled with people dressed up to make it look like a packed house. As someone who covered the event live, he exposed the illusion created by Mayweather's PR team. Before Floyd became Money Mayweather, he was already in trouble. Reports came out that he was facing jail time over unpaid taxes to avoid prison. He had to borrow $2 million just to pay part of his debt. This wasn't the story of a financial genius. It was the story of a man walking the edge of collapse.
Me and Eric B were at, from Eric B and Rakim, we were at the Mondrian. Floyd Mayweather was there. He had some tax issues. He was about to go to jail, but that's before Money Mayweather, that's Pretty Boy Floyd.
Got you.
He was speaking to E. He needed a couple of $1 million to stay out of jail. I called my man Neil, who I was rocking with heavy. He owns Scunty, the hair accessory company. Everybody thought I was crazy. They said, yo, loan me $2 million. I want to sign Floyd. He flew out, loaned me the $2 million. And from there on, we were in the boxing business.
The numbers told the real story. At one point, Floyd reportedly owed $20 million to the IRS. For someone who always claimed to be the richest athlete in the world. A tax debt that big made people start to question things. It showed that maybe all the flashy cars, jewelry, and luxury wasn't as real as fans once believed.
Floyd Money Mayweather up until recently didn't have any money, so Floyd is the highest earning athlete in his career, making over $1.1 billion. And after making a killing, he ended up retiring in 2017. However, he dug himself into a hole after making super lavish purchases like this LA mansion. It was so bad that he actually owed $22.2 million to the IRS, which made him have to come out of retirement to pay that back. Like and follow for more.
Even rapper 50 Cent, who used to be close friends with Mayweather, spoke out in interviews. He revealed that Floyd spent crazy amounts of money on everything from jewelry to gambling, until he ended up broke. According to 50 Cent, Mayweather fighting YouTubers wasn't because he wanted to. It was because he had to. He needed the money and was now risking his legacy just to make a paycheck.
I believe that Floyd Mayweather has gone completely broke. And not just broke, but millions and millions of dollars in debt. And I know it sounds crazy to some of you out there, but trust me, I have legitimate proof. Watch this.
He asked me to help him, so I could stop them from using TMT as their logo right now. Because
you wouldn't do that because y'all cool again.
Yeah, I'm just not chasing it. But to be honest with you, I incorporated TMT in Delaware while he was incarcerated. Because he didn't sign the paper doesn't mean the corporation is invalid. So I could actually, technically, it trademarks the term of it because his entire corporation is built on it. So I could tell you, you can't have TMT socks. You can't have that TMT shirt you got on. He don't understand that because he's just not. I just said it, and he won't be able to figure out that I could do that.
Damn, you and this guy, man. I thought y'all was good again.
We are good. I just don't understand why he having the conversation. How am I coming up in conversation? I don't even care about what they're doing.
So there's still some steady.
No, it only happens when it's time.
Got it.
It's time to build some type of energy or some sort of press. Right. It's time to make a fight, and then that happens.
So through the BX Fight Club, you met someone,
Isaac, right? Because they had to legalize it on paper to turn it into like a dark show, like when they don't have television involved with a boxing event. Even Floyd, when you make yourself like we got issues or anger, he's still the best fighter out there. Until somebody beat him, that's who he is.
Do you think he should step back in the ring?
I think he got to right now because the money gone.
So the money's really gone.
Yeah, that's what you think. It's get the money, spend the money.
Another boxing legend, Oscar De La Hoya, also stepped in with his own criticism. He begged Floyd to stop embarrassing himself, saying that a boxer's legacy should matter more than chasing clout. De La Hoya's words hit home for many fans. They believed Floyd needed to stop before he completely destroyed the image he had worked so hard to build over the years.
Floyd Mayweather fought another exhibition against Gotti last Saturday. A real the crowd booing in the arena at the end. But in the middle of the second round, Floyd literally had the referee swapped out. He didn't like that the referee told him to stop hitting behind the head. Floyd is used to having the refs do whatever he wants, and he wasn't getting his way this time. It was so embarrassing. Floyd, you're 50 years old. You're a legend in the sport. I've stood up for you in countless interviews, including Shannon Sharp's podcast last week. But you have to stop embarrassing yourself with these exhibitions. I know life is hard. I know life is expensive. But come on, dude, put your legacy first. Nobody wants to remember you like this. And it gets worse. Your jeweler filed a lawsuit against you in Miami. And many are saying you're going to have to sell off your assets. I hate seeing this happen, bro.
When reports came out that Floyd had donated to homeless shelters in Los Angeles, it briefly earned him praise. But that praise quickly turned into confusion when Floyd posted on Instagram, showing he was still in Dubai. The timeline didn't add up. Was he trying to fix his image? If so, it backfired badly. Things got worse when Gervonta Davis, a fighter once mentored by Floyd, made a shocking claim. Davis said Floyd wasn't on a world tour like he claimed. Instead, he was being held in Dubai over unpaid debts for luxury jewelry and expensive items. It was a bold accusation that stunned fans and added more fuel to the controversy, completely clashing with Floyd's story.
Let's talk about this picture of Mayweather in Dubai that's going viral. Here's the backstory. According to Gervonta Davis, Floyd Mayweather is being held hostage in Dubai over unpaid debts. Boxing agent Rick Glazer confirmed Davis's comments by saying Floyd is desperately trying to work things out with Dubai's court system. And that's why my comment, blink twice if you're stuck there, on this post is getting a lot of attention. Mayweather still hasn't addressed the situation, so stay tuned.
While Floyd continued posting pictures and stories saying he was traveling the world, Davis stuck to his claim that Floyd was trapped in Dubai until he paid off his debts. This made even more people question Mayweather's current financial situation. Floyd tried to cover things up by claiming he was on a world tour, but Gervonta Davis exposed the lie, revealing he was actually stuck in Dubai over unpaid debts. To protect his image, Floyd even exaggerated stories like claiming to own 62 buildings worth $42 million, a scam that only hurt his reputation even more.
Turns out that the rumors were true and Floyd Mayweather has been trapped in Dubai for the last 50 days. Gervonta Davis was the first to claim it. Now multiple insider sources have confirmed that he is in fact trapped in Dubai for a debt that has nothing to do with boxing. After doing a little digging, it seems that someone in his camp while he was shopping for jewelry in Dubai stole one of the pieces, got away with it, and then blocked all communication with Mayweather. Since then, Floyd has already paid for the jewelry, but they refuse to let him go until they get their piece back. And allegedly, this guy right here is the thief that started this whole mess.